Well, the motivation is actually from God, and then we are trying to see how we can design a city and then give farmers in Xtralarge a face. Now, when you come into the city, the Agritech city, the first thing you want to know is who are the people behind this? And it will be an interesting thing to know that farmers are behind it. Now, many times, many organizations, I wouldn't want to mention names now, they have bastardized this business of agriculture. And nobody wants to be a farmer. For example, we have a school excursion, and when the student comes around here, one day I said I want to be rich. The children chorus, they are from one big school in Lagos. They said I want to be rich, and I said I want to be famous. And they said I want to be famous. I want to be a farmer. Then they told me God forbid. Now I just want to see why God forbid, because agriculture is a very valuable thing. Just like you want to be a doctor, you want to be an engineer, you want to be a journalist, you want to be a teacher, somebody should also want to be a farmer. But the way some medias, I wouldn't want to mention it, like I said, the way they portray this work of agriculture, I mean, you wouldn't want to get into it. For example, you see a beautiful family, married father and mother, with beautiful children, all of a sudden, the father lost the job, we have to move to the village, get into the village, and there is no work in the village, and the only work is for the man to be a farmer. Now, the moment he start farming, the brother is angry or the uncle is angry, say, you want to take the land that belongs to me. And then they end up, the man is sick, they go to the hospital. Cut long story short, the man is dead. And then the children ask the mommy. So no child wants to see a life like that. You don't want to see your mother being miserable. You don't want to be shared among the members of the family. So they look at agriculture like the end of all evil. And I'm telling you, it's not really like that. Agriculture is a laudable thing. It's fantastic. It's You're happy when you see what you plant and it's growing, and then you are happier when you see harvesting and then you're selling it. Extra large farm has been into agriculture for about 17 years now. And we have always been like this, making sure that product goes from one end of the world to another end. We have extra large family members all around the world, and we try as much as possible to eat extra large food anywhere they are. If you get to Canada, for example, you see them eating ofada and like you are in Nigeria. So that is the beauty of agriculture that we practice in extra large farms. Now, the people in the authority, they have done their best. You must understand, no one man or one government can do everything. The best thing to do is individual. Let the individuals come to you. The private sector come to you. We have seen many. For example, we have heard of Lagos State KBC. And you saw the I think it's still going on. So when the state government starts seeing what their people can do, because it will give them money. An average farmer in a local place who has nothing to do, and then the seedlings came, and then every other thing they used, and then the cultivation, it's easier for them. When they harvest massively, they process massively, and they know if the people in the heavy state may not be able to buy, the Lagosians cannot, they will buy it in a rush. And the local rice is sweeter, is better than the foreign rice because they are not preserved. The local rice, they prepare it, they harvest it, they process it, you eat it fresh. But the imported rice are preserved. And when the rice is preserved, it's dangerous to health. My take on this is very simple. Let's start from it. We have started from somewhere. Before now, if you talk about local rice, nobody will answer you. You know our local rice now. We have gravels in there. Yeah. And that's what we ate when we were in secondary school. You see gravels, you can see big stones there. We saw gravel in our food. But right now, things are changing. We have machines that sort out the stones. With the stones the right, we are better off from where we started. Gradually, we will grow. Like we were told, Rome wasn't built in a day. Somebody started it, and everybody keep doing the little they can do. So I believe right now, the more we have more people doing the planting, the more we are also aware of the fact that we have to eat what we produce, the better for us. Look at Ukraine. See the challenges Ukraine is going through. Meanwhile, we don't even have enough to eat in Nigeria. Meanwhile, some people have enough, they want to sell to the whole world, and yet they can't sell. So these are the simple things I have seen about agriculture, and I quite believe that the more we put our hands together, involve the private sector, involve the government and the private sector, let's encourage agriculture. Let there be softer loans, maybe single digit loan that farmers can use. Because if you have to give farmers double digits, how will they pay? So single digit, if you, for example, if you get a double digit to plant rice, I don't know how much you sell it. The profit may not come. So the best we can do is to get soft loans. There are economies that they give them 5%, and they do better. So you can't compete with countries that give their citizens 5%. So these are the things. Agriculture must be encouraged just by the government and the private sectors coming together. That's my take. If the world, they are always at the end of the city because you won't have the land required that you want. How easy do you think it will be for Xtralarge to own Lagos State government office? And if you want to have this conversation, I do jokingly play with Xtralarge family members and say, if you want us to establish this thing, it's either we use the governor's office or the third main leverage. So, um, when we look at this environment, one of the incentives is that you're coming to rent. And let me tell you, you will come because you know how much ticket is. Ticket now is about 1.6 to 1.9. That's for economy. If it is first class, maybe you pay for 5 million. Now, and you need a whole day to travel. And a whole day to travel, if you don't have that chance, maybe 2, 3, 4 days, you want to quickly rush somewhere, then to leave Lagos and come down to a place like this. This place is not that far. If you're coming from first time, you just take Agbara. You understand? If your interest is in a place, you really want to come there. If you love the services that we give here, you will always want to come. But the incentive is very easy. Traveling out of the country is quite expensive. These are places you can go with less than 500 people. You have your brother or your sister or your uncle. It's not everybody that stays in the hotel. So when you travel with less than 500, you can even go 6 times in a year. But now when you have to travel, if you manage once and you know your job will not be waiting for you. So people will see that as an incentive and then they come. Of course we're waiting for them because when you come here, we treat you really nice. That's where we are. Xtralarge farms and resorts. Agritech City. The city is a place where we use technology in agriculture. We display technology in agriculture. And it's all about the sight, the sound, and the taste of Africa. This is what this place is all about. A place to rest, a place to relax, a place to be healed, a place to take care of your system. There are so many things that you have high blood pressure, you just take tea. We have different types of tea that you can take. This is a place for nature, no alcohol, no smoking, nothing. You just rest, you shut down. Apart from the birds ringing, and then you don't hear any other sound. Apart from the wind, the sound of the wind, you don't hear any other sound. Everything here is like city, where you can have maximum relaxation and also take care of your health. I've learned something. The moment you are 15 years old, you need to start checking your health with the current state because foods are not easy. Many of the foods that you buy in the open market, you need to understand what is there. I'm a farmer and I know what. For example, the so-called food that people eat, they have chlorine. Yeah, they have it there. They soak it with detergent. Yes. But somebody who doesn't know anything about it will keep eating and eating. And then one day we say your kidney is bad or the liver is bad. You start wondering there is a witch in the village. The witch that doesn't know the name. So, but these are little, little things. Look at palm oil. What they do to palm oil? It's been mixed up. They mix it up. Sometimes you use some palm oil. It will smell terribly. It will bubble. You know, the smell. It will bubble. So terrible things. These are things that we can't do anything to stop. It can't stop. All we need to do is we should try and eat the right thing because an average farmer's child also, an average farmer wants the child to grow and she doesn't want to kill the child, so she rather prefer to mix it up so that she can get more money that exists. And I'm happy to tell you, all these things we are talking about mixing of foods, it's not only in Nigeria. We were in we were somewhere 2019 and then they, they showed us a machine. It was a world food fair. They showed us a machine that we can put some animals and add some level of water. And after some time, the water will move into the system of the. And then when they scale it, when you want to sell it, they sell by scale. The moment they scale it, they sell it to you by scale. When you kill the animal in your house, that is when you see that all the water, and then you are boiling it. You have a lot of water in the meat, unlike what you're supposed to get. So it's not only in Nigeria. The fact remains that um, agriculture is being is being bastardized because there are fewer people getting into agriculture. Let me shock you. Even in Brazil, many, many people who are farmers, they gave birth to children, and those children are out. Extra large family members who were in Israel last year, we got to where the Kibbutians are. I don't know if you've heard about the Kibbutians before. These Kibbutians are they eat their food, they live together. It's a family, about 300 families. They are just within themselves. They don't, they, if you're a journalist, I'm a doctor, we go to our various working places and then we bring our money, we put it together and we distribute it equally. That's what they do, the Kibbutians. They're in Israel. So you can Google it. Now, when we were there and they were taking us around, they said some of their children, they didn't agree to that kind of arrangement. Most of them are gone. Now they are bringing in people from Thailand to work for them because they don't have farmers. So farming is something all over the world. People are running away from it. That's why government has to step into it, encourage farmers, let there be loan availability so that it will encourage more people. We have vast land, arable land. That's why I said we produce world-class food product without chemicals, product that does not have any no additives, and we make sure we consume it within the period of time. The reason for that is we don't want it to stay so long that you will not have to, so that it won't get spoiled. So our food are fresh. We produce according to the quantity that we do. That's why sometimes we could have a little bit of shaking because some people will just rush it, buy it, and take it off. We are constantly sending our product. Look at that woman. She said she sent product for 500,000 to Canada, and that's the way our people. They have downlines all over the world, and they forward those foods down. That's what we do. Now, talking about oil and gas, we know what we use in Nigeria. We use petrol, we use diesel, we use what is it called? We use kerosene, and all these things we could make do with them. But agriculture, we can't do anything except agriculture because we must feed ourselves. And let me tell you, there is no African country that can feed us. There is none. Our population, they look at Benin Republic very close here. It's like a state in Nigeria. Our population is enormous. So we have to encourage ourselves to get into agriculture so that there will be food. Any country that can feed themselves is taking themselves out of the hand of hunger. And the pang of hunger will not be able to, to affect them. Now, oil and gas is good. It's good to make extra money. But our main source should be agriculture. Because agriculture, you don't have to be in Lagos before you plant what you have to plant. You don't have to be in Ibadan. You don't have to be in Port Harcourt. You don't have to be in Abuja. Farm wherever you are. Eat what you produce, and you'll be happier. I believe government can improve. I think they can improve the security situation, and I believe they are working very hard because I don't think there is any government that wants to be without. You are not secure because insecurity could happen to anybody. You don't know whether when your brother, your friend, your cousin, your party member will be in a place that is not safe, and anything can happen to them. So, but if they are also working very hard to make sure that everywhere is secure, but they still need to do that, and I believe God that God will help them to be able to do much more than what they have done in the past, so that there will be security, everybody will feel secure, so that farmers can go into the bush. We have huge land, huge fertilized land. Sometimes when you travel, you see people that plant along your way, and you're wondering, how did they get to this place? You know, it is because there are villages or hamlets inside those places you are looking at, and they want to produce what they can eat.
Thank you so much, sir.
My name is SEYI Abimbola Davids, CEO Xtralarge.
And results.
Doctor.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
I am Farmer Aderoju Owosanya, aka Farmer Adeowo. I have I wear so many caps, like I usually say. I'm a banking and finance expert. I'm also a development finance expert, the very first set in Nigeria. I can proudly say that. And I'm also a certified farmer with Xtralarge. And I have this great passion for agriculture. I love agriculture because there is nothing we are today as human beings that has no relationship with agriculture. The dress I'm wearing today is made from agriculture. The cotton was planted by somebody, and if it's synthetic, the rubber was planted by somebody. The shoe I'm wearing today, somebody reared the animal, and I'm able to have, they process the skin, tan it, and I have a shoe. And the sole of the shoe, the same thing. So everything about us, humanity, is all about agriculture. Everything we eat that is natural, they are natural foods which God has endowed us with, giving us the benefits of eating healthy, living healthy, and also making money from agricultural services, products, and also ancillary services. Thank you. Value chain business. It's not for those people who are trained in businesses, who are trained in their professional callings. We are saying that agriculture is the first profession God has given to us. Very proud of that. And we're also saying that agriculture is everything to us. Is our health, is our life, is everything we live and breathe. How? If we produce in Xtralarge farm, we produce natural foods without compromise of any chemical at a cultivation, at a processing, and at packaging. So we have the 100% benefits of the various vitamins and minerals that we need on daily basis, which under orthodox medicine they may call daily supplement. We have it through our foods, and we are healthy. But we are doing something extraordinary in Xtralarge. We are totally rewriting the history of agriculture. and we came up with this concept of Agritech City and Resort. Okay, the concept of Agritech and Resort stands from one, we're actually operating what we call agricultural plantation, food processing, education, tourism, and under the tourism class, you are going to be seeing various types of things of interest. You are going to see the wildlife aspects, you are going to see the amusement aspects, you're also going to see the businesses, various businesses aspects in agri-chain business. And you also see things that we're actually looking for in so many other states and in other countries. We have here in Agritech City, we have the coal and warm spring, which we know is highly therapeutic. If you come in there with any kind of ailment, to the glory of God, you have your bath in there and you come out as a baby. So many things are in Agritech City coming up and ongoing. We have the natural clinic, which we call the food hospital. People may not understand what is food hospital. It's a clinic, natural clinic, where we treat people, no matter the ailments, without the use of synthetic drugs or lines being set on the patient. You only eat yourself back into health. From illness, you eat natural foods, you take our teas, you take our herbs. We teach you how to cook your food, because a lot of people don't even know how to cook simple vegetable. They cook vegetable and they wash off all the nutrients in the vegetable. We'll show you all these things. And when you come in with any ailment too, we also subject you to some checks, to some medical checks. We use our equipment to really assess the extent of what has really happened to you. And you have a result that will tell us what you have been going through and what you may likely go through in future. And we now recommend the kind of natural foods that you can eat, natural herbs that you can eat, natural vegetable that you can eat, that will restore you back to original state of nature. Agritech City is a wonderful place. I am calling on every person who is hearing about Agritech City to key into the various projects that we're having in Agritech City and be a partaker, and big in the agricultural sector in Nigeria. We are proud. We are the pride of Africa. We are the pride of the black race. We are the pride of Nigeria. We are doing so many wonderful things, and we are reaching out to the rest parts of the world. Thank you.
It's Ajayi Babashola. I'm a farmer with Xtralarge Farms, and I'm fondly called Governor General in Xtralarge Farm. So if you come to Xtralarge Farm and you ask for Gigi, there's a probability that 90% of the people you meet will definitely know me. Now, what is this Xtralarge Farm? Xtralarge Farm is a 100% Nigerian industry. It is owned 100% by Nigerian. There are no foreign inputs, and we're doing amazing things because we have a vision of raising generation of passionate farmers. And they're not just raising farmers, also people that love to farm, and also those who would like to be part of it, not physically present at the farm, but by financial interest. Now, that financial interest is very, very interesting because this has afforded us to be able to thoroughbred professionals in several free fields across, the vocational world. You talk of medical doctors, you talk of architects, you talk of accountants, you talk of engineers. They are passionate farmers by financial interest. And that means there's a lot of values that you can actually get by being part of this wonderful family. In an economy that is dwindling, in an economy that is ailing, you will be surprised that people that are part of Xtralarge Farm are actually doing very well financially. That means there are a lot of value chains that you can actually tap into in Xtralarge. One of it is what we're actually doing here today. We're opening up a tourism center, which is redefining tourism. tourism and agriculture mixed together. And that's why we created a city that is called Agritech City. You can actually be a financial member of Agritech City and be earning monthly, you can be earning yearly, and you can be earning a whole lot of money just by financial input. Also, we also have several other value chains that you can key into. We have our farm season that is coming right now. There are a lot of support investment that you can actually put in your money, and it will be bringing in money for you on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis. In fact, we have people that have been investing with us for the past 10 years, and they have wonderful stories to talk about. So if you are looking for integrity, come to Xtralarge. If you are looking for value, come to Xtralarge. If you are looking for security of your financial, you come to Xtralarge. And Xtralarge is integrity, and that's why our slogan is that we find easy. We make sure that you eat healthy, you live healthy, and also you make money. Thank you very much.